And in that season, I remember doing a podcast series a couple of years ago. I have a podcast that some of you might have listened to in the past, and I called that podcast series Unshaken. And the principle was really what this book is about. And I've changed the title a little bit, but the principle of that book, of that podcast, which we carried through the summer, every week I would look at a different person in God's Word and how they were facing immense challenges and difficulties, things that honestly you and I, some of us have experienced those same things before, and some of us, we can't even imagine some of the things that they went through. And I looked at their experience and how gracious God was to them in that, and how they were able to overcome even in the midst of the hardest seasons in their life. And I thought, I want that. I need that in my life. And so even as a mature Christian, I knew that there was something that God wanted me to pursue, and a type of life in Him that was better than what I was living. And so that is what I've made my life about. Even though I do medicine, my life purpose is to, as I'm learning these things myself and as I'm wrestling with these things, is just to try and communicate them in a way that perhaps would encourage you. And so if you want to binge on this, do it. And if you want to do it week by week with a group of people, I think that will be even more helpful. But however you do it, just answer this question that Jesus asked, not to me, but to Him. Do you want to be healed? And it might not be an illness per se, although it might be an illness for you. But maybe it is a state of affairs in your life that you want to be refreshed and restored, and maybe you just need kind of an infusion of joy in your life and of peace and of truth. And listen, there's never been a day where we need it more, is there? We're living in chaotic times. We're living in broken days. People are hurting all over the place. I have an upfront and personal view of it in the ER, but man, you see it in your life too. I know you do. And never before has God wanted His children to act like we know the truth, like we know love, and like we've experienced it ourselves, because I believe that when we do that, our whole world will notice. So if you're wondering kind of, how can I change the world? How can I impact my world? It happens when you resolve to live what you believe.